Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. Today we're going to be reacting to another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
Next up is a former wrestling superstar with a product that changed his life.
Hello, Sharks. I'm former WWE World Champion Diamond Dallas Page.
And I'm Dallas's partner, Steve Yu.
Our company's DDP Yoga, and today we're seeking $200,000 for 5% of the company.
Okay.
DDP Yoga was created out of necessity. You see, I didn't become a professional wrestler until I was 35 years old. My career did not take off until I was 40. By the time I was 42, I was at the top of the wrestling business, and bang! I blew my back out so badly that 3 different back specialists said my wrestling career was over. So when it was suggested that I might try yoga to heal my body, I gotta be honest. I was like, yoga? I'm a guy who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. But I was desperate to save my career, so I gave it a shot. And in less than 3 months, I was back in the ring. I proved the doctors wrong. And at 43 years young, I was the heavyweight champ of the world. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. You see, Sharks, DDP Yoga, it ain't your mama's yoga. I combine the very best of my old school training with sports rehabilitation techniques, yoga positions, and dynamic resistance to create the most complete workout on the planet. It will dramatically increase your flexibility and strengthen your core like never before, all with minimal joint impact. No other workout can make that statement.
Now, Dallas has spent years developing this program, and we officially launched DDP Yoga 2 years ago, and we couldn't be more inspired by people doing the workouts.
Now, before you start to grill us, let me show you what DDP Yoga did for me. When I blew my back out, this is where my flexibility was. Today, this is where my flexibility is. Wow. Being able to stand here and talk to you at 6'4", 226 pounds. And 57 years young.
Dallas.
This is core strength and balance at a whole different level. This is DDP Yoga. Now, to show you that just about anyone can do this, let me tell you about a guy named Arthur Borman, disabled veteran that was 5'6", 297 pounds when I first got with him, and couldn't walk without the aid of knee braces, back brace, or wraparound canes. Let me introduce you to him. Arthur, come on down here. He not only lost 140 pounds in 10 months, he lost the knee braces, the back brace, and the wraparound canes to not only walk, but run.
I knew he was going to run.
This is not the same guy.
This is the same guy. Former Staff Sergeant Arthur Borman.
Wow.
What a beast. Over 10 million views on his video.
Really?
Really? Wow.
Arthur, you swear to God that's you in the video?
That is me in the video.
I'm going to link to that video.
I mean, face-wise. Wow.
Arthur, why don't you show them some of the things that you can do now? He couldn't stand on 2 legs, never mind 1 leg.
Good for you, Arthur.
And his flexibility, cold.
Oh, damn. Whoa. Oh. Wow.
53 years young.
And how did you find Dallas?
Well, you kind of have to understand how desperate I was. I was really bad off. I couldn't do anything on my own. Wow. My wife had to dress me in the morning. I could not live like that anymore. And I tried different things and nothing worked. So I was on the internet typing in different things, and one time I just typed in yoga, broken back, up popped Dallas Page.
Wow.
Okay, so let's get into the business, Dallas, guys.
Sure. Yeah, the first year we pretty much beat our
Yeah, first of all, it is commendable that people are recovering from this, DDP yoga training. I love it. If you just look at that picture and then look at him in person, totally different. He looks totally different. That is, I like to give, hey, that's great. I like the weight loss. He seems more healthy and more vibrant. He looks younger. And maybe it's just because the hair is off of his face, but he even looks younger in person. I love it. I love those type of transformations.
We were hoping to do maybe $250,000, and we actually sold $2.6 million.
Oh, wow. This year.
Today, we just broke $3 million.
We broke $3 million.
And that's with DVDs.
Well, what was your profit on the $3 million you'll do?
We netted $890,000.
Before you paid yourselves anything?
Oh, we paid ourselves.
So that's after you paid
yeah.
yourselves?
So if I gave you $200,000, how exactly would you spend that money?
We would put that towards building the first mobile application for DDP Yoga.
So it's still being sold in a DVD and a book format, right?
That's right.
So where do you come from, Steve? How did you end up, working with Dallas?
I started trying to do filmmaking to create stories that would inspire people to change their lives. And then, Dallas and I spoke about it, and I said, well, let me, I've got a lot of documentary footage. Let me try to retell Arthur's story.
I'll tell you what's really fascinating me and concerning me. We see a lot of exercise programs coming in the Shark Tank. All the models we've seen, including the ones that have been successful, have used an ingredient that's very expensive, infomercials. They bought remnant time on cable. That's the barrier to entry in this space. And so what I'm concerned about in looking at your deal is you don't have any of that in place.
Yes, we do. We start airing our not an infomercial, it's a documercial. We're reinventing the infomercial.
Are you buying the airtime?
Yes, we've already
We're
bought
testing now.
We're testing right now.
Well, they've got $890,000 in profits. That's what you do with profits,
Yeah, so
right?
we didn't have
Reinvest.
that flexibility before.
So here's what I think, Dallas. I think that you're asking for 200,000, 5%. Your value in the company $4 million. Really, that's not bad. To be very honest. But I've invested in some fitness brands before, Billy Blanks Jr., Cowboy Ryan, and I'm finding out about all the challenges. It is a massive, massive drain on my time and energy. So for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you very much.
You guys know as well as I do, and I think that's why you're here, that there will be a transition. It's going to get more difficult to sell DVDs. The difficult factor for me is that when you transition to online, the pricing, the profitability, the risk reward is 180 degrees different, right? So coming in, we're creating a new company.
Mark has a good point, and again, I just want to give the date. This is an old episode, and this was aired in 2014. So DVDs, that was still hot back then. And what he's saying, transitioning to an online platform with the marketing, it's easier now. But back then in 2014, it probably was a nice bit of work to get that platform and to gain that interest and to gain that influence in that space. And so I get what Mark is saying, and I just wanted to make sure that we understood this was back in 2014. That's when this was aired. So
It's just too great a risk profile for me. And so while I say good job, good effort, I have to say for that reason I'm out.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Thank you. Congrats, guys.
I don't like investing in businesses that are based on trends. All the up and down, it just doesn't work for me. I fear that your big hit already happened on the backs of this great story. I don't have the faith to go up and down on the roller coaster ride with you. I'm out.
The challenge I have is, as Mark said, is you want to create a brand new business. You're going to burn all your profit going into the infomercial route.
The thing about that, Robert, is we're not going into this infomercial world and just dumping our money in. We're being very cautious.
Maybe I'm not believing in that route. And for the 5% for 200,000 when you're making 900,000, I just don't see it. I'm out.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful?
Yeah, here's where I'm at. It's rare that I've got an angel and a devil on my shoulders saying, do this deal, just ask for more. You're offering me 200,000 for 5%. 200,000 for 50% would be more along.
Yeah. He laughed out loud.
And the reason you do this is I have to write another check and another check and another check after you figure out the metrics.
Yeah, so then he'll own 70%, and then 80, then 120%.
That's why they call me Mr. Wonderful.
You made $900,000 this year.
God, what an insult.
Offering that?
Unfortunately, the angst I have about the future can't be ignored. So for that reason, I'm out.
So much easier
Really
now.
appreciate your time, and you're gonna watch DDP Yoga become a household name. You're going, oh God, why wasn't I a part of that? Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Appreciate it.
Bang!
Good job, good effort, guys.
I love the wrestling voice. And so we can see that DDP Yoga came into the Shark Tank asking for $200,000 in exchange for 5% equity in their business. They did not get a deal. But I love their stories. I love the transformation that they showcased. I think that is very commendable to their business and him, Dallas Page, as a former WWF wrestler and championship holder. And so kudos to them for being able to make it into the Shark Tank. And so I like their numbers though. With DVDs, they were able to make $3 million in a year and profit and net more than $800,000. And I love that they were able to say that from that profit that we've already gotten, we're now testing. They were on the forefront. Again, this is 2014. So they were on the forefront of already thinking we need to take this and transition to online. But just as Mark said, back then that space was very just kind of new. And so that would have entailed them creating a brand new business. And I'm not sure if the Sharks were, interested in helping someone create a brand new business from the 5% that he offered. And so I really do hope that he got what he needed during that time in his business fundraising. And all the best to DDP Yoga. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button and become a subscriber if you like this content. And make sure you check us out for the next ones.
I was almost going to have to hold Dallas back when he offered, he wanted 50% of our
I was eyeing him up right there, man. Bang! Mr. Wonderful. Not so wonderful no more, Bob.